What is going on, guys? Today we're going to touch on this video made by Coffeezilla about his take on the crypto space and the more recent hype around meme coins. And if you don't already know who Coffeezilla is, he's essentially the biggest content creator in his niche, which is pretty much going after fake gurus, Ponzi schemes, MLMs, rip-off courses. He pretty much goes after anything that has to do with people getting defrauded out of their money. I, for one, really like his videos, and I'm happy to see that he's actually exposing himself more to the entire space of crypto. So we're just going to touch on a couple of points he made throughout the video and just talk about it.
Replace .com with crypto, replace internet with blockchain, and I think a lot will probably resonate here with the current state of crypto speculation.
Over and over again, scenes like this one would play out at the .coms. On the day their company's stock went public, employees would watch the value of their stock options soar, making paper millionaires out of many of them.
Alright, so as you saw in that part of the video, which I thought was pretty funny how he replaced the words with how it matches with crypto, he compares the .com bubble that happened so many years ago to the crypto space now. And comparing it in the sense that, yes, the internet wasn't a bubble back then, but is literally still around us today. And it's kind of the same how right now he thinks that crypto is kind of in a bubble now, but it's still going to be something that will last for years to come. And touches on the fact that essentially developers are releasing crypto projects, selling their pre-mined coins, and everyone and anyone who buys them are just going to become millionaires. Now, to a certain extent, that was true back in 2017. And actually, that's kind of coming back now, that's kind of coming back in the limelight now in 2021. And that's because there are people that are coming now into this space that are just getting involved, but really have no idea kind of like who to look to or what to look to in terms of advice and what to invest in. And I want to make it clear that there is nothing wrong with actually, making some money off of some shitcoin or meme coin. But it's the idea that you need to understand that it's not really sustainable, right? The regular crypto goers already know this. Like, if you throw $1,000 in a Dogecoin or whatever it is, you're probably not going to see that money again. Or in this case, you shouldn't expect to see that money again, right? It's something where it's like, and by the way, I say Dogecoin because it's the biggest meme coin. But let's say safemoon, for example, right? If you throw $1,000 into safemoon, just expect not to see that again. You feel me? This isn't news to anyone who's been in this space for a while, or at least a couple of months, at the very least at this point. But to say the entire space is in a bubble is a little bit premature in my opinion. If you just mean the financial aspect, then yeah, I could kind of agree with you in terms of the meme coins being a little bit frothy and Dogecoin being worth over $60 billion. Yeah, I mean I could see that being a little bit of a bubble. But from the tech side of things, I would disagree. And now obviously in this case I'm not talking about the meme coins because there isn't really that much tech behind those. But it's really talking about the other ones, right? Like, I don't think he's truly considering the impact that crypto or blockchain is already having, within the current market. One great example is with censorship, right? We're all familiar with Twitter and YouTube banning people, editing tweets and all that based on their own personal beliefs. Like, I'm sure you're familiar with Twitter, YouTube. Both platforms have taken steps to actually go ahead and ban people or limit, pretty much their ability to speak on their platforms because of something that they've said. Right, so it's really kind of, they're really just putting these independent content creators out of business because maybe they don't like a video that they made on YouTube, or maybe they tweeted something that maybe Twitter's or the people on Twitter don't like. And because of that, you have platforms like Odyssey that are essentially, boasting the fact that you have the right to say what you want. At the end of the day, there is that base layer that people are able to interact with the creators on, and if Odyssey so chooses, they can technically remove you if they don't like what you're saying for whatever reason, but it's still on the blockchain. It's there inevitably. Whereas YouTube, Twitter, they can just delete your shit and you're good. Like, that's it. You're done. You know what I mean? So in 2017, again, if you were telling me that everything was a bubble, then all right, yeah, I get it. Nothing back then was really happening technologically, and everything was really just all hype. I mean, shit, even Ethereum was hype, right? There was no DeFi, no NFTs were being used, really only CryptoKitties existed back then, and it was all about ICOs with projects that gave empty promises. However, in 2021, today, there are a lot of people using this technology, especially DeFi, people who don't have access to banking services for whatever reason, maybe in third world countries, And even so, they're able to log in to just a web browser and able to access these different types of financial instruments, such as Uniswap, such as lending platforms like Aave, anything like that, right? So in a nutshell, crypto is bigger than finance, and it's going to change pretty much any industry that you can think of. You know, food, content sharing, art, music, social media. I mean, shit, even the government, I'm sure it's going to change at some point, right? So I really just wanted to drive home here that, yeah, I mean, in terms of a bubble, I think you could probably look at the meme coin, the shitcoin market, and say, yeah, that shit's probably a bubble. The general crypto space as a bubble, I don't necessarily agree with personally.
Is you just try to learn from history. This cannot last. All these cryptos, simultaneously succeeding and reaching higher and higher highs. Eventually, there will be a crypto crash, and any influencer telling you otherwise, telling you like unironically, to the moon, bro, they're lying to you.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with this one. Well, specifically the first part. As for the second part, if any content creator is telling you to the moon, bro, unironically, yeah, you're gonna want to run the other direction as fast as you can, okay? But the first part, right? He kind of touches on these cryptos hitting higher and higher highs, and saying that there's eventually going to be a crash. Let's be clear here. When we talk about hitting higher highs, you need to consider that crypto. I mean, before, I guess you could say, maybe you could even say a couple of months ago, really, it was kind of like this untouched market in a sense where it was so new. The market cap of the entire space was under, like, what, again, I'm talking about like maybe back in March, maybe like under like $500 million, right, for the entire space. Now it's reaching upwards of over $2 trillion dollars. So, in terms of the entire crypto space kind of getting higher and higher highs, that's just what happens when more and more people start to discover this previously undiscovered thing, right? I mean, obviously it's been discovered, just that people weren't really hip to it, if that makes sense. So higher and higher highs will happen anyways. You know what I mean? To me, it's not really until you have the masses of people really coming in and just dumping all their money into this shit. Now, I'm not saying that's not what's happening now, because there are a lot of people getting into crypto now. I mean, shit, a lot of people, especially whether it be in NFTs, meme coins, pretty much anything related to that. There are a lot of people getting involved in this space, so I can see why he's saying that. And I just kind of wanted to kind of take that apart a little bit, because higher and higher highs will happen anyways, okay? So I don't think that necessarily is an indication of a crypto crash. However, obviously there's going to be a crash. I think we all know that. Like in every kind of industry, in every kind of market, there's always eventually going to be a crash. The real question is when. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's kind of like where it's like he provides value in maybe like bringing people back down to earth and saying, hey guys, we're not just going to hit the moon. There's no such thing as something that impossibly goes up. I guess other than a Ponzi scheme that has infinite people that join. That's the only thing that can go up infinitely, right? But in reality, nothing can go up infinitely, right? So I think really what he's just saying here is just bringing people back down to earth, the meme corners in this case. And I think that's what a lot of this video is kind of mainly pointed towards. People that are just in it for the safe moons or the dogecoins, which in that case, I can totally mess with.
Everything is speculation on who will win long term, and most of these valuations are going nowhere but zero. The truth about crypto is that a few winner coins are going to dominate most of the market, while the rest eventually get crumbed.
So in this part, he mentions that everything is speculation on who will win long term. Now, that's true for crypto, obviously, but that's also true for stocks. That's also true for any other type of long-term or short-term investment. All these things that you put your money into involves you speculating. Shit, even gold or silver, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you're speculating, you're assuming, in this case, let's say for gold, that you hope that there's no more gold will be found, right? You're speculating that there won't be any more gold at least there won't be any more like mines or deposits of gold around the world or something like that, or maybe somewhere in outer space. Hopefully Elon Musk doesn't mind that. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, this could be whether there's a product or not. So I mean, I really just want to make sure that I put that out there in terms of whenever you put your money into something, like in terms of an investment, there's always going to be a level of speculation at the end of the day. So with that being said, I guess the real question there is, what kind of speculation are we talking about? Are we talking about speculation that's truly just you're putting your money in because you hope the price will go up, not because of any fundamentals? Yeah, no, that's not good. That's not good. When we talk about speculation, you want to have the right mindset when you're speculating. You want to be able to speculate based off the fact that, let's say for Ethereum, there are developers actively working on it. There is some sort of future potential for the coin, right? You'll be able to use it. Are you able to use it now? Like different things that you want to consider when you are putting money into something and speculating on it. So In that sense, I think when he says everything is speculation in crypto, I want to be clear. Everything is speculation, not just crypto itself. Okay. He also mentions that a few winner coins will dominate most of the market, while the rest of the coins get crumbs. This part is very iffy. I would say this is probably the part I disagree with the most. And let's kind of break it down, right? If he means that there's only going to be 2 or 3 cryptos to rule them all, I think he's 100% wrong. There are a lot of cryptos that exist to perform different functions, right? Some platform ones like Ethereum, you can do almost anything, especially because of smart contracts. Granted, projects can then just go ahead and build their own cryptos on top of Ethereum that rely on other protocols to survive. Again, these are tokens, not coins. But a great example of this is actually Chainlink or Band Protocol, right? In terms of like projects that aren't Bitcoin or Ethereum that have great use cases that you need in this crypto space, right? Decentralized oracles are extremely important for a lot of these decentralized exchanges, right? You can't really consider an exchange decentralized if everything that it's using to operate on is centralized. You feel me? That's almost just like, for example, if one exchange solely relies on, let's say, Infura or one Node as a service platform to run their entire exchange. I remember the other day, Amazon Web Services went down, and a shitload of the Ethereum-based applications went down as well. That's a form of centralization, and that doesn't help the crypto space. That's why you do need a lot of these different coins, different projects to perform these different functions. That helps keep the decentralized aspect of crypto alive. And then, of course, partnered with that and the fact that there are a lot more investors now, a lot more now than back in the dot-com bubble, you have a lot more people in the market, and it seems like that they're understanding what crypto is about. And obviously, they know that investing in themselves is a key to successful financial future. I think a lot more people know that nowadays than back then. Whether it be, unfortunately, some people do think that investing into meme coins will end up making them millionaires, down the line as well. Say what you will with that. Obviously, to me, I don't think that makes sense either. But the point is that they have it in their head that they should be investing, that they took a step to try to invest, and if they get burned, and they learn from it, hopefully, and they're able to kind of keep moving forward. But other than that, there are a lot of people that are getting into crypto, and they don't need to get burned to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They can simply watch videos, much like Coffeezilla's, much like mine, much like any other crypto content creators, and take what they're saying as hopefully just good, not financial advice, but good just life advice. You know what I'm saying? However, I do think that when that inevitable bear market does come, yes, a lot of people will be burned by these bullshit coins. But again, the good amount of people who did the research and due diligence will be out on top, hopefully. And this won't only be for the Ethereums and the Bitcoins of the space. Again, this is kind of coming all the way back around. It'll come from a lot of the other cryptos that actually have use case. Bitcoin and Ethereum are wonderful, but they're not the only cryptos that are going to survive. As he puts it, this entire bear market. Because he does say at some point that 99% of coins will be shit, essentially. Or not shit, but 99% of coins will not be around, which I think is completely false.
It's about doing the opposite. You have to ignore the hype and pay attention to fundamentals. I can't believe I'm saying this, not pumpamentals. Okay? And it also means you have to be careful and realize you could be wrong, wildly wrong about who's going to last. And if you're going to go invest, make sure it's money you can afford to lose.
Beautiful. This is something that every legitimate crypto content creator has been preaching for the longest, ever since all the way back in 2017 and even up until now. So it's nice to see that he's actually echoing this to his audience, and it kind of shows that he is no bozo in this sense, right? He's not just kind of jumping into space because everyone's hyped on it, and he's kind of just taking a look at what's going on. No. He's clearly here saying that not everything in crypto is a scam. He never said that, by the way. He never claimed that, and I'm not claiming he ever said that. But I think it's important because a lot of people view him as a hater because of how he comes across in his videos. To me, he's not a hater. He's more so kind of he's like a harsh educator to a certain extent. Like, you know what I mean? But I like that he said that because again, it's something that we've been preaching for the longest, and I think people get it, but it's been like reiterated so many times. I feel like people just take it as like, oh, okay, he's just saying that to say it. I'm going to take his advice anyways. You know what I mean? Like when people say it's not financial advice, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, people will take your shit as what you say as financial advice, which you can't do anything about it. But at least what you can do is obviously say that, but then give them hopefully some tools or some information that they can use to maybe make a more educated decision if they need to come to that.
Yes, meme stocks are going to win, but when people actually start using cryptos, The one with actual like usage in the real world will be the winner, whether that be DeFi exchanges like Uniswap or stores of value like Bitcoin. That's why I'm not going to be investing in Dogecoin. And
Okay, there you go. Bam. All right. See, I like what he said there too. The one with usage will win out beautifully. He also mentions Uniswap as being actually useful, which is very nice to see that he knows what Uniswap is, and of course reiterates that Bitcoin is a store of value and whatnot. Wonderful. He also mentions that he's not going to be investing into Dogecoin. You can't blame him. I don't have any Dogecoin. The only Dogecoin I ever had, I think I bought like $5 of it. It was way back when, bro. You know what I mean? And again, it's just to speak to the mantra again, dude. It's like invest in the shit that has actual use. Because at the end of the day, too, especially if you are investing in stuff that has actual use and that money is going towards projects that can use it to build, that's even better, dude. You know what I mean? It's a lot better than kind of just speculating on just a coin that has technically no value. Technically, market gives it value, but in terms of usage, Dogecoin really doesn't really do much besides transfer wealth back and forth. Immutably, I will say, immutably. You can kind of, in a way, compare Coffeezilla to like the Dave Ramsey of the crypto space, in a sense. It wouldn't surprise me if I found out that he was only holding some Bitcoin and maybe Ether. That's no shot at him, by the way. It's just like, he just seems he seems like a very conservative individual, especially if you've seen some of his videos prior. I mean, I watch his videos like all the time. So to me, he comes off as very conservative in the sense, but you know, I don't know. Maybe he does own some Ether, you know, because at this point in, technically, all this stuff is speculation. Bitcoin may be the only thing that may not be speculation to a certain extent, but it is. Any kind of investment is speculation at the end of the day, right? I did want to add that he did go to school for chemical engineering, and because of that, I think he may do very well within the crypto space if he decides to expand his horizons in terms of the kind of cryptos that he's planning on buying. I went to school for mechanical engineering personally, and I will tell you firsthand that the number one tool you get from getting an engineering degree is the ability to critically think. And it may sound dumb, I know, but it's really true. And it's kind of why I'm here right now making a video and talking to you guys today, because the ability to critically think, it doesn't come to a lot of people. That's not me trying to, you know, be all high on my high horse or whatever, but it's just that, you know, when you have that ability to critically think and pick things apart and have conversations about these things, I think that should be shared with others so people can kind of get that same thing. You don't have to be a genius to know how to critically think. You just have to kind of open yourself to, you know, other ideas or other possibilities or whatever. But again, much respect to Coffeezilla. I think his intentions are pure when it comes to trying to protect his viewers from getting wildly burned. And he does a good job in actually showing the people that believe in the meme coins, the shit coins, and pretty much tells them, like, you know, hey buddy, come here. I mean, I know you really love these, memes, these shit coins, but one way or another, if you keep on dumping your savings into them, you're gonna get burned, okay? You're gonna get screwed. So he does that in a very abrasive way, but in this video, I think he was actually very nice about it. So I was actually very surprised at that. But to be honest with you, it doesn't look like it's going to be the last crypto-based video by Coffeezilla. He recently made a YouTube community post and said, "Do you own crypto?" And he said, if yes, what crypto would you like to see covered? So it looks like he'll be doing some more, maybe he'll be doing reviews on projects. I can't really see him doing reviews though. He's kind of the guy that reminds me of, he only touches on like the bad parts of the financial aspect of things, right? So I can't see him talking, let's say, about a layer 2 solution on Ethereum, you know what I mean? I could see him calling out more scams in the crypto space. I know he's already called out BitCloud before, and the BitCloud in and of itself looks pretty nuts. I'm not surprised he called them out. But I'd be interested to see him call out the projects that look like they're promising something, but in reality aren't. You know what I mean? I would love to see that happen. And I'm looking forward to him releasing more videos about crypto. So with that being said, I wish him luck on his journey within the crypto space. I'm sure it'll be a fun one. And I can almost guarantee you, bro, this dude's probably gonna get a little addicted to this stuff, bro. Once you get involved in the crypto, like really involved, it's hard to get your feet out. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, all right? Peace.